relationships with everyone else were, or I mean, it's a two-way street, right?
Yeah.
Like I never
Yeah,
felt
yeah.
like in the same way, even getting this one-on-one with you has been like hard for me to
Yes.
come up to you. All yesterday, I was like, I should talk to Tim.
But I love it.
Yeah,
I don't feel the awkwardness at all.
It's not awkwardness. I guess I have that insecurity about taking people away from what they want.
I like that.
And
That's true.
you have a lot of fun in this house, and I feel like I have fun, but in a different way. And the game is fun for me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hate the idea of like dragging people down with the game when they're having fun, and you're constantly surrounded. You're engaging for everyone, including me. I love being in a room when you're telling stories.
People hate that. They hate it.
Who hates that? Like here or in your life?
They love it at the start, but then it gets exhausting. I'm very well aware of
But
that.
in a house like this, it's kind of nice. Like maybe I'll interpret you differently in the outside world.
Yes.
But I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yes, yeah.
But here I'm like, God, please keep
away.
talking, because like there's nothing else to do but talk right now. So it's engaging and it's fun. Can we just have a couple minutes, Joel? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I don't know, like, it's weird because even though I was like timid or scared or whatever, I didn't know if and when you would become a target of mine. It was something, it was like constantly like being like, it's a true wild card. Do you know what I mean? The way you came in, I didn't know how you would play out. And I think I just was worried that I could be manipulated by you at first.
Wow, we mannequin really are true wild cards, aren't we?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
They could have put in someone who knew this game.
Exactly. It would have been another, it would have been so different. And I think that is either my undoing or perhaps my key. Do you know what I mean?
But maybe you could teach me some things if you stayed.
Maybe. About the game, about life.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
Life.
on a social level, like we see the world in a similar way. And maybe we haven't had as much time to explore that. But I think that's my insecurity in life. Like I am kind of a loner in life. And even when I was with the trio, I always felt like the reject of the trio. Do you know what I mean? And I think everyone will, because that trio is unbreakable.
But in all honesty, they feel that too, but they're just hiding behind the fact that,
Right.
we're so close.
Mm-hmm. And so, I don't know, this game has been, like, for me, learning, like, the things I've learned about myself include, I don't know, I struggle with having really close connections with people in real life as well. Like, there was a point in this game when I was like, everyone has a best friend. Why don't I have a best friend in this game? And I did feel really good last week when I felt like that was happening with Raul. I was like, oh my God, I finally broke through. And like in my life, like my boyfriend is that person I finally broke through with and like have a best friend in life. And I have friends, I have many friends, but I've always felt a little like lonely on the inside about like, but maybe I'm just needy. Like maybe I'm just need people to show me their love more than I show them my love. You know what I mean? Like recently I had that, not a fallout with friends, but had that moment where I was like, you guys don't care about me in the same way I feel like I care about you, but then they're like, it's a two-way street. Like you have to show it. And I feel like, and my friends know I love them and I know they love me, but it wasn't until I heard that and was like, you're right, like I didn't show you it. I didn't put the work in to show you that I love you as much as I feel I love you.
Yes. And that's my relationship history.
Yeah.
I do think that I do.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Like I ask for a lot, but then don't give a lot.
Yeah.
That in my relationship with you, in terms of like, I don't know, feeling, I don't even know. What was I just about to say? I think I'm just scared to let a lot of people in on a level and always feel rejected in some capacity, you know what I mean? Except by like my one true love in life and my family that I love like so much that it affects my ability even in this house. Like,
Mitch, I want to keep you so bad. I just need, you don't need to, like, I just need, if there was something that would help your chances of me voting for you is just make sure I don't get distracted.
In
by
what way?
everybody else.
Okay.
Like, I need the time to be able to consider
Right.
the options, and I get distracted easily. And when they're in my head, maybe I do start thinking what they, well, not thinking what they think, but
Right. But agreeing with the end result.
yes,
Mhm.
yeah,
Which is fine, and like, you know, and I'm sure they know. Well, maybe they don't know yet, but like, it will be fine with me either way.
yes, yeah.
It's not. It is a game, and I will come to terms
I
with
want to
that.
make the right decision though. So the
Right.
questions you need to ask me are,
What do you want out of this game?
yes,
What do you want?
and at what point.
Tell me what you want out of this game.
Yeah,
What do you?
I just want to be okay when I walk away
Mm-hmm.
from it.
And so, my perception of you, and this is based on what you've told me and what I've seen, is that you are, in some ways, scared to try too hard for yourself and fail.
Yes.
It's your microphone.
Which I
Yes.
get, like, you have a lot at stake, and like the shame of losing if you were trying to win
If I was trying
will
to
hurt
win.
more than losing if you were
Bingo.
okay with it.
You know that. Okay.
But I know you're capable of playing this game. Like, I don't think you need anyone to explain this game to you.
And I've watched it.
Yeah, I know you've watched it. You've let slip a couple of times. Like, you're like naming people. I'm like, you said
Only series 2. That's
Oh, okay.
the same as Nikki. We watched it in like.
Yeah, I figured because she knew who Neto was and stuff,
Yeah.
and I was like, what?
I still, but the times that I ask questions is usually because I've forgotten the
Yeah, it's
the
not like.
specifics. But
But on this, like beyond each season, I know you have already figured out how to play this game for yourself. If you were in a position like me,
yeah,
probably how you could
Yeah,
and would
yeah,
play
yeah,
it
how you-
without the risk of damaging a legacy.
yeah.
But I'm not sure
Yes.
if I want to push
Am
you
I
to go
wary
there.
of that? Am I aware of that yet, though?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need to consider what.
I think I was also like part of my reservation because I had heard through other people, maybe through you, that you like wanted to help someone else win this game, and I didn't buy it. Like,
Yeah.
And I was like,
I don't. At the time, I really believed that.
Yeah.
I really believed it,
okay.
and I was either going to help someone good or evil win the game, because if it was good, but the end result is the same. That
Right. You like had a hand in
Yes.
that person winning.
and that maybe someone evil winning would kill the beast, the big brother. And so I considered like the story of Frankenstein
You want to create a monster?
and whether Levita was my
Oh, really?
Frankenstein.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, okay. That's
But
very funny.
Levita just, at the time, I didn't have the power to,
Right.
for her to want to work with me.
I think I had heard, and this is what made me feel like that you were ingenuine, was that Jared was that person. And I was like, he can't want that. Like, I don't
Yeah.
believe him. He wants to win this game for himself really bad, if that's what he's
Yes,
saying.
yes. Okay, so the reason why, and so now, only yesterday I was talking to Big Brother about this, going, who am I to think that I'm the best judge of who should win?
Right, yeah, like how
And
who
I'm not
decides.
at that place now.
Uh-huh.
In that, I'm surprising myself in that I like discovering that someone who I may have written off will give me a reason to believe in them.
Yeah, and that's happened to me even, like people that
Yeah.
you are working against or that you don't like, suddenly you see
Yeah,
something
you go,
new in them
"Oh,
after
wow."
a month,
Yeah.
and you're like, that's weird that like when you give people time,
Yeah.
they are not their label, right?
Yes.
And I think that is even true of the trio. It's like
Yeah.
pumpkin, prom queen, yes, but give them the time. Give anyone the time and they're a human being.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it hard to judge people in this game. And people from the outside will never know why
Yeah.
I am friends with some people. You know, like my family will probably be like, why do you
Yes.
like that person? Like,
Yeah,
they're so
yeah.
annoying, or they're so rude, or
Yeah,
they're so blah,
yeah.
blah, blah. And I'm sure we'll all be connected and say, like, you just don't know them like the way that I know them.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone has flaws. Like,
I think I create storylines in my own head, and Jared represents the opposite of my arch nemesis last time.
The opposite, or like the
Well,
analog of him?
I'm trying to portray him in my own head as the opposite.
Oh, okay.
In that the prom king was a jerk who... Oh, it's hard to explain, but I know it might be irrelevant.
Do you mean like you want him to be the good prom king?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
That maybe I was wrong, that sometimes the cool kids aren't all nasty.
I think that's probably true. You know what I mean?
There was a moment, night 1 or 2, where I was having a really bad moment where I just didn't know whether I wanted to even play the game. And I was outside alone in the hot tub area, and he came out and he just sat with me. I don't think he knew what I was going through, but he just listened, and it made me go, oh, there's something inherently good about someone that I don't know. I never even told him that he's done that, but from early on I went... Like
maybe he's not so what you thought he might be.
Yeah, all the stereotypes that... Because like, for someone that is so like, I don't believe in labels, I hate that I do it. Like,
yeah, we all do it.
It's how we make sense of things in this world.
Yeah.
And so
I
there's
think that's
always
true.
that turning point when my own label that I've created with someone, I choose to go against that. And that's the choice with you, is that I'm sort of saying, yeah, but he didn't like have any time for you for the whole game. So it would be very easy to walk away and go, this is what's fair.
Yeah, like you didn't spend the time, here's what your result.
Yeah, but what is better than fair is for me to say, I don't care about that, and if you stayed in the game, it would be a exciting new chance for that we would play together. But I know that you don't play the way that I play, and I'd still be an adversary
for
you in the game. I don't want you to promise any lies. Like, it is just the fact that we are all competitors. But because I've, in my own head, built such a little comfort blanket for walking away from this game. That
it's weird because I feel like we had a similar mentality but could not find the same result. Like for me, I was working with Jared, Kelsey, and Raul, it's weird how these rooms also divided people, like, in a weird way. Like, you become close with people who you were subconsciously, like, sleeping beside and stuff. But I was working with Joel and Levita. They were the outcasts of this house, like, really early on. And for me, I came into this game being like, I hate bros. I don't want to see any showmances in this house because it's, like, the heteronormative state of our world, and, like, those are going to be the heroes. I feel like we had that same image. And then maybe that was... like, the competitive thought in me is like, why are you going to take that away from me? You're going to organize it? And I'm like, I want to organize it. Do you know what I mean?
But do you understand what...
Because I didn't think you were that person. Like, I don't know why. I think I thought...
you got me wrong.
Yeah, I think I did.
In my series, I used...
I wish I saw your series before I came here.
All the cast outs, and in one simple move, gathered them together, and they let me be their king, and we sat around the table and, I'm getting emotional about it. No, but I don't want to do that again. Like, there was a moment where we just went, shit, we're all still here and none of them are here. And it was like, oh, we did it. Like, it can be done. Like, the playground can be changed. And then, so in this game, I'm like, I came in here thinking that I'd do that again, and that's why I'm here, and that's what everyone watching will expect him to do again, is like protect the misfit. And I always saw you as that, but I knew that for a game, you were well protected, doing what you were doing, and I knew that you had the relationships with the Levitas and the Joels and that. I know that Cassandra is not a misfit.
Right.
I just know that if I wasn't working alongside her, I would hate her in the house. And I'm willing to put up with the fact that it's something close. And anyway, I've come, like, I do see there is aspects of her that is a misfit, but just like week one,
You start to reevaluate people over time,
she made the same, like week two, she was with me and there was a cool group happening, and as soon as they invited her into that cool group, she left me.
Yeah.
And I just went, like, that's what you'll always choose. I won't always choose that. But anyway, so what am I saying? I'm now at the dilemma where I know that keeping you will potentially represent that choice that I'm saying we will take down the three, the prom king and prom queen. But is that just me wanting to do the same thing again? I'm trying to do things differently. So I'm trying to see... Jared represents that to me. They're doing things differently and not playing the same way.
Yeah, I think, and this may not help my case, but I don't think that will satisfy you again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think doing it just for that reason, like, you've already done it perfectly, you can't relive it. Do you know what I mean?
But I know that it wasn't, that there was a whole bunch of luck, and in my game, it is just about the perception to the audience.
Right.
And I got lucky that favourite that they had chosen, I stole that because I just turned up on the day and was a better act.
Right.
Or was not afraid to. Yeah. Or I think they all thought that I was going to be a villain and quite early. It would only last a few weeks. And they had their sweetheart that was the winner. And sad story, like he suffered really bad mental anxiety and depression.
Like
and I think it just, no, during.
Oh, during.
Yeah, as well. Like, that was his story. And I think I became a believable and safer option. And I knew that. And anyway, there's a lot going on even after the show about my relationship with you. Like, I feel like I stole it from me. But anyway, so now I'm like, I think I'm still tiptoeing around how much I want to get involved with this game.
Right. You haven't made that decision in your...
And you know that if I vote you out, it's a safer, smoother, more predictable. I don't get...
Yeah, you won't be
their
their target next week.
I'm not.
Yeah, you'll be in a safer... I mean, it's hard to evaluate.
Sure.
Safer, yeah, like, in the same way Cassandra and the brothers will feel comfort in where they are, whether or not that's blind comfort.
Yes.
You'll be in that position too.
Yeah, because one time they will become... I believe that they will be more disposable before each other are. I will be more disposable than each of the three are. Actually, I don't believe that, but it could happen.
Yeah.
So then the real... This is how to get me, Mitch. That is the safer route. And...
It is, and it is for everyone. Not for everyone, but that's why Cassandra...
doesn't like safe.
Right. I don't want to be safe now anymore either.
In an odds game, I like going against the odds.
Right. Yeah.
So how...
You would be against the odds if you... Well, either way, the odds that I explained the other day, it's regardless if Joel or I stay here.
Yeah.
But this game will be in a state of flux next week if I am here, where a lot of people will feel comfortable if I'm not. And you will be clumped into that comfortable group.
Yes. If you stay... Last week, we tried to do a move. It fucked up because you can't work with emotional people that don't trust the move. I was in a better position that the move didn't happen.
Right. Because you didn't have to.
That was my stick my neck out move. And I thought Dallas staying was going to ensure a bit of chaos.
Right.
And that was my, all right, game on, I'm willing to stick my neck out.
Yeah.
But I was angry that Cassandra wouldn't just say what she wanted to do from the get-go to the others, and that's kind of...
yeah, I feel like both her and the brothers straddle that line of, like, saying what they think people want them to say.
Whereas there would be less... If they just came out and, like, had some balls about it, then who cares? Like, they'd be better off in the long run. And then the Nikki incident was... I'm just... Where there was emotions that I didn't want to confuse with game, being confused with game, that I went, what is even the point of trying to make a move or trying to control if you're working with others? This is my test of teamwork. Can I work with a team?
Right.
Because in game one it wasn't like, I was just lucky that the group was like, yes, Tim, you can be our leader.
Right.
We'll, whatever you want. If you stay, you will not necessarily for game just work with this team. Nikki, Maddie, you need either Cassandra or the brothers. It's just going to be for this one move. It's not going to be for an ongoing end game. The only people that have got that are the three.
It could be that.
It could be that, but I can't see a way of that.
Because they're, like, within this group.
Because of the little flippers and the people who get emotionally hurt and then will be able to be persuaded.
I know.
That's what I can't control.
Right.
And so why bother? Because I may end up like getting my name dragged through mud because other people like of their failures.
Right.
Flaws.
To not just, that's why I even felt like
That's what I'm worried about.